this episode, we're going to be discussing about business, career, working life, climbing up the ladder, and all things related to business. Now, I've been in a business for more than 14 years as an entrepreneur. I founded two or three businesses and watched them grow. So from my experience, starting a business, it's not one of those things where you think, oh, I'm gonna, start something and it's gonna be overnight success. No, it takes time, patience, and a lot of hard work, determination, motivation. You gotta tell yourself every single day, you must not give up. Just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. As you know, many people know out there, starting a business is not for the faint-hearted. I started my business in my early 20s, and as you know, everyone knows that starting a business in your early 20s is like a new project, a new baby. You don't know what you're doing. You study so much about business. You want to do this, you want to do that, but at the same time, you're just like a little fish in a big sea where you're just trying to find out how to do it, when to do it, what kind of products to do, what kind of marketing to do. You're trying to get advice from people that's already successful. So whoever wants to start your business, please bear in mind that it's not something that you're gonna think it's gonna be overnight success. It takes years. Many successful people and businesses are successful after 2 or 3, 4, 5 years. So whoever wants to start a business, just think it's not gonna be overnight success. I mean, if you're lucky, you're going to get success in 6 months, and that's really great. But the reality is, it's going to take time and patience and a lot of hard work. And the main thing is never give up. Even if you don't see results in 6 to 12 months, just keep doing it, just keep doing it, just keep doing it. And gradually, and in time, you'll see results. It just has to take patience and dedication, and you will see results. So this is for whoever wants to start a business, or even with your career. You're thinking you want to progress and step up in the ladder. You want to become a senior manager. You want to become the next CEO of the company that you're working with. Even that takes determination and dedication, because there's going to be things that are going to be in your way. There's going to be times where you just think, oh, this is too much for me. I cannot do it. But just think of the road ahead. Think of where you're planning to go. Think of your successful ladder, where you want to go in your work, where you want to be in your career. Plan all that out, because when you have a plan and a strategy for the next 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, that kind of leaves you a big, like a brainstorm, a big presentation, a big diagram of where you want to go in your career, what you want to do. Do you want to gain something out of it? What you want to be, in 10 years time, where do you see yourself? So as having a strategy, having a plan would help you to maybe achieve that goal, maybe to see, this is where I want to be in 3 months. This is where I want to be in 6 months. I want to be the head of department in 12 months time. At least it gives you some sort of a plan to where you want to be in your career. Business wise, if you want to start your business, first start off with a strategy plan. Don't just jump into a product or something big straight away. Start off small and then work your way upwards, because that's the only way you're going to be able to make your business successful. If you start off big and you don't have a strategy plan, or you don't have any, let's say, finance, you don't have the support behind you, or you just don't know what you're doing and you want to do this big thing straight away, it is not going to work. You need to start off small and build yourself up, because then you can say, I started off with something small, it worked, then you can gradually grow it, and then in 5 or 10 years time, your business or your product or your work has grown so much. It's because you took baby steps to achieve that big goal. That's what I think that's what works. I mean, when I started my business more than 10 years ago, about 14 years ago, I started off researching first. I did not jump the gun and go, oh, by the way, I've got this idea that I'm gonna, blow it up straight away. No, I had an idea, I knew what I wanted to do, but I had still done my research. It took me 1 whole year to got everything, written in my plan book. I started off with finding ways to finance it, finding how can I manufacture this business of this brand, these products, who can I contact. So you got to do a lot of research of finding out that this is going to work. I mean, fair enough, you won't know if it's going to work, but having that lead way to think, okay, maybe this, to find out what's missing in the market, try to network around and see, if it would work for you, because you don't want to get a business or start a business, sorry, and then you got this big finance covering it, and then it doesn't work, and then you just be like, I'm gonna give up. So you have to make sure that this is what you really want to do. You are going to keep at it, be consistent, do what you can to make it grow, because you do not want to waste all your time and energy and money into starting or building a brand or business, and then after 6 months or 12 months, you just think, I'm going to give up. Maybe it's because you don't see results, or maybe you just don't feel motivated, but you have to be consistent. Building a business, you have to be consistent. You have to deal with it every day, whether it's rejection or networking with people or thinking of new ideas. You have to be consistent. That's the only way your business will grow. And another thing is, in the business world, you're going to get rejections, you're going to get negative people giving you negative comments. You're not going to have that much supporters, but you have to be thick-skinned. It's the rejection that you have to be like, you know what, learn from it, learn from the rejection, because even if you contact, let's say, a manufacturer, and then you've got this idea but the manufacturer cannot help you, that's rejection. But you gotta be like, okay, I'm gonna move on, I'm gonna find other manufacturers. As I say, rejection is a redirection. So you might get rejected from 1 or 2 manufacturers, but there are so many manufacturers out there that you could still contact, and then maybe one of them is the one that would help you to manufacture your product or to help you along the way. So do not take rejection as a negative thing. Take it as like, okay, it's a redirection. It's redirecting me to a different company, to different people, to a different path that would help you grow your business, or to help you with what you want to do. So just, that's my advice, is to take rejection as a redirection. I've got many rejections in my business life where I've been doing this for many years, and the rejection, it's not nice. Yes, it hurts, but as I say, it's a redirection. When I got rejected by one company, I move on to the next, and then if that rejected my idea, I'll move on to the next until I find out, okay, this is the one that I feel is right. We managed to get a working partnership. We managed to see eye to eye, and then your business will grow. You got the people that's behind you. But other than that, even, it's not just business, maybe career wise, you want to go up in your career, you want to step up in the ladder. Yes, there are going to be some people that might be saying, no, you cannot do it, or no, I don't think you're ready. Take that as, okay, maybe I'll be ready in 3 to 6 months. Let me know, why am I not ready? To ask them, what are the reasons that I cannot do this, or what are the reasons why I cannot step up the ladder right now? And if it's a reasonable reason that they give you, then they will, okay, I'll come back in 3 months time. I would, prove to you I can do this. Give me a plan, maybe 3 to 6 months time. Once I achieve X, Y, and Z, I can maybe go up to the next, career move. So take rejection as a redirection, and we're going to talk more about that in my next other topics, because I know that a lot of people feel really hurt about being rejected. They don't know what to do after someone rejected. They just feel like they are it's the end. It's the end. And I want to tell everyone, rejection, it hurts, but it's not the end. It's a redirection. So we're going to be discussing that in a few episodes coming up. But right now, even getting rejected from your business ideas, rejected from the bank, for financing, rejected from, I don't know, a senior manager that they said that you cannot get up the next ladder of progression. Just take that as, okay, they're rejecting me now, but in 3 months' time, I'm going to be redirected and I'm going to prove to them that we can do it. I will find out another way to do it, because if there's a will, there's a way. And it's the same with starting your business. It's the same with your career. You got to be thick skin, and I know not a lot of people will say, oh no, I can't do this, I can't do this. If you just give yourself the mindset saying, yes you can, yes you can, yes you can, just keep telling yourself that, then you can. Now, being in business, it is a lonely world out there, because sometimes when you start a business, you're by yourself. When I started my business, I was customer service, I was HR department, I was manufacturer, I was a designer, I was everything. I could fill up my CV with everything that I done by myself. I never had no help from anyone. I did everything on my own. I learned everything on my own. And I think that's what helped, is because when you want to learn, you learn so much skills that right now, with my team, I could just teach them. I would, they go, oh, I don't know how to edit, I'll teach you. It's just the learning curve. So it's good that you learn along the way as well. I was learning so much. I was learning to design my product, manufacturing it, editing it, my website, writing out everything. And then I was just like, wow, the stuff that I know now, all these years of learning has really helped. And then I could share my knowledge to others that want to start the business. If you want to design a website, I'll show you how to do a website, because I've done it many, many times. So starting a business, just don't think that, oh my God, I can't do this, it's too much. Yes, you can pay for help, you can get help, but it's good to know yourself as well, because later on down the line, when you have a team member or when you want to help someone, at least you've got that knowledge there. So that's my advice, is to learn along the way. Even now, I'm still learning. I'm always constantly learning. Knowledge is power. Everything that you want to know, it's good to learn for yourself so you could pass it on to others. So as I was saying, starting a business is not for the faint-hearted. I think that you just have to be motivated. You have to know what you are doing. Times like these, it's hard. Sometimes it is hard to start a business, and people might think, oh, I've got this great idea, but I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. First things first, make sure that you are willing to commit, that you are willing to commit to having a business, starting something that you are gonna keep going and keep doing at it. There's gonna be hard times where you might not see anything that's happening, or you might not see success. You might see other people with their business, how come they managed to do that in 3 to 6 months. What are they doing? Yes, see what kind of strategy, what kind of marketing or ideas that they're using, but don't compare your business to others, because every like I say, everyone's different. Every business are different. Every marketing strategy is different. Yes, they might have people supporting them in the background that you don't know of. They might have a team that they're paying for to help them. So just don't compare yourself with others. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, be patient. It would work out. You just have to be patient. You have to be consistent, and you have to delegate your time to your business, because you decided to start your business. You decided that, yes, this is what you want to do. You decided, yeah, this might change my life, but you have to be dedicated and consistent. And without dedication, without consistency, your business is not going to grow. Yes, do take a bit of a break from it. If you decided that this is too much, take a few days off, take a week off, and then get back to it. But just after, if you don't see results within 12 months, do not give up. Do not think, I'm not going to do this anymore. Just keep going at it. Many businesses don't see results between, like, after 18 months, 2 years, 12 to 18 months. That's when they'll be like, okay, I can see something. Something is happening. If I keep going at it, 5 years time, it could be, the next big thing. So just keep going at it, keep dedicated, don't give up, find as much resources as you can, read a lot of business books too, because if you learn from other successful business people, you could learn from them, see what they've been doing, see how they started, see what made them achieve what they're achieving now. Maybe you could get some advice from them. So read, or even listening to podcasts, read books, listen to audios, watch YouTube. There's so much information out there, so much information that you could just get anything from anywhere now, because internet is such a big thing that you could just find anything that you want to know on the internet. Google everything, just find what you want to know online or read books. It's unlimited resources out there. So there are resources to help you start a business, to help you grow your career, everything out there. There's so much information out there, something that you can learn from every day, just to help you progress, help you start somewhere. There's lots of startup business advice. There's lots of successful people that gives advice on how to do business networking. So if you find that there are events going on, and many of these events are free too, so even if you go on LinkedIn, you can just find events, what's happening around your area or around, somewhere close by, maybe attend those events. Then you can actually speak to people face to face, ask them for advice, ask them for the contact information. Maybe they could mentor you, find a mentor if you want someone to guide you along the way. There's so much out there that if you need help, you're not alone. When I started out, I did network, I did read a lot of business books that did help, but this is over 14 years ago. So social media wasn't that big back then as it is now. I did go to a few events, I did meet quite very interesting people, but at the same time, I just still done anything up by myself because I'm that sort of person. But then I did network and I did go to events and meet very interesting people that gave me different ideas. But at the same time, I'm that sort of person that I like to do things on my own anyway. So there are, like I say, there's so many information out there, and have a journal, brainstorm, write down everything, write down what your ideas are, write down what your plans are, because then that will keep you motivated too. If you have a journal and you write it down and you go maybe at the end of the week, read back on what you wrote, then you can see, okay, I started off here, I'm here now. Maybe next week I'll do this, or next month it will be this. If you have a plan or you write down things, at least you can go back, reflect on it, and that kind of keeps you going. If you have something that you can read, that you wrote it yourself, that this is what you want to do, this is where you're planning to go through, or what you plan to see in down the road, then that will keep you going, that will keep you thinking, yes, I can do this, I told myself I can do this, I can do this. Now, there's so many business advice that I could give to start up a business, or even career wise, because if you want to step up the ladder, or you want to become, I don't know, the head of department, it's the same thing. You just have to tell yourself, I want to do this. I can prove to X, Y, and Z that I can be the next manager of so and so. You can do this. You just have to keep yourself motivated. Show them that you are willing to do or willing to take on that role, and then progress your career. If you want your career to go up and up and up and up, All you have to do is stay dedicated, be consistent, make sure that you do your work. Everyone always says you work hard, you see results. Yes, it is true, you work hard, but you got to be consistent, you got to be dedicated, you got to know that this is what you want to do. This is what I see myself in. I want to become the next Elon Musk, or I want to become the next successful businesswoman out there. You can do it. There are unlimited resources. There is unlimited money out there. You just have to be dedicated. You just have to be consistent, and you just have to tell yourself, I can do this. Like I say in my last episode, keep yourself motivated. Maybe wake up in the morning, give yourself an hour of your time without no phones. No, don't read your emails, just your time to have your thoughts together. I think today is going to be the day I'm going to do this, or Monday morning, start, planning your week. Do what you need to do. Have that, let's say, an hour to yourself. Read a book, work out, get your brain cells going, get it moving, and then you will know what you want to achieve, what you want to do with your day. Yes, there are times where in your career or in your business life, there's going to be dark times, hard times. It is a lot of hard work, but you just have to tell yourself, okay, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to have a break, a day off, for example, a rest. I just want to clear my head, go for a walk, and then rethink, journal it down, write it down, and think, okay, it's just one of those days where you just think, everything just got too much, or it's not working out. What can I do to change this? What can I do to maybe make this grow? There are times there's going to be like that. In the business world, it's not all fun and dandy. There are hard times. There are tough times where you think that no one's listening to you, or no one's buying your products. But you just got to think to yourself, one person out there is going to know about my business. One person out there is going to buy my product, or one person out there is going to listen to my podcast, And then as days goes on, that one become two, then two become three, and so on, so on, so on. And then your business, your career, whatever you're doing would grow. You just have to be patient. And you just have to think to yourself, I just have to keep doing it every day. I just have to be consistent every day. Because if you're not consistent and you don't keep at it and you're not dedicated, no one's going to know what your business is. No one's going to know that you want to do this in your career. You have to shout it out loud. You got to tell yourself that this is my thing. I want to broadcast it. I want to show it. And then eventually it would work out. Now, I've got many things related to business-wise that I'm going to cover in the next topic or so. But today is just ways of starting a business. Now, starting a business, like I say, you have to have a plan. Don't just think big and I'm thinking, oh, I just want to make lots and lots of money, but you don't have a plan. How are you going to start your business without a plan? You have a product, but how are you going to make the product? How are you going to manufacture? Or you have, so like if it's a marketing that you want to get into, you have a big marketing idea, but where do you start? You need to start small and start somewhere for you to grow your business, grow your brand, grow your product. So there are many people out there goes, oh, I just want to start business because I want to be rich. If you have that mindset, you're not going to be rich, because where you gonna start? What's your plan? How do you see your business or your brand in 3 to 6 months? In 12 months time, if your business and product doesn't work out, you are not going to be rich. So don't have that mindset where I just want to be rich and have a product, but then how are you going to sell that product? Where's your customers? Where is your client base? So before you do anything, do your research. Start by thinking, okay, I'm going to start off this. Maybe design a front cover, or design a product that's is going to stand out, that is going to make people think, oh, what is this? But you still need a plan. You need to start off small before you can grow big. It's like you're running before you can even crawl. No, you have to be crawling before you then walk and then run. So it's the same with starting a business with a product. You got to start off small, do your research, speak to people, and then you'll be able to grow your business. Same with if you're working for a company. Many people out there start off in the, not, I won't say low end, but start off in a middle range. They're getting into a company, they're getting in there, they're learning new skills, they're learning from senior management, they're learning about everything you need to know about the company, and then they work their way up. And because of all the knowledge that they learned when they started out, that's how they get to the top. They get to the top is because they started out at the bottom. Then you just climb and climb and climb and climb. Now, I know a lot of people out there who started at a small role, or smart, a small business, very small. And they just keep growing and growing and growing because they're willing to learn. They're willing to take in advice. They saw rejection as, okay, they say no, but I'm going to move on and I'm going to make sure it's going to be a yes next time. They're learning from it. They're learning maybe from their mistakes. They're learning of what they did wrong, so to improve. So don't regret anything that you've done. Take it as like a learning curve. Just take it and then just keep going up and up and up. And then eventually you will see results. And it's the same with anything in the working life, as I'm speaking from experience. When I was working for a company, I started out at the low end, like at the bottom. Then gradually you just work your way up, work your way up, work your way up. And then it's the same with my business. I started off small, and then I just gradually build it. And now I just carry on building. You just carry on building. You don't stop. There is no finish line. You just carry on doing more. Then you gradually see results. It's because you've done it before, or you learn from your last one, or the skills that you got from your previous role. Anything, it helps you along the way, and you just keep growing. So as I say, it goes back to patience, it goes back to delegation, it goes back to consistency. So all that, it's all linked in one way in the business world. Now, if you want any more advice or any more, we're going to have more topics on business, on career, because this is what I love to talk about, and I love to give advice on my own experience. I'm speaking from experience. I've been working with a company. I've worked since I was 16 years old. I started up businesses. I see other businesses making successful outcomes from what they were doing. So I can give many advice on how to start up a business, career-wise, anything like that. So if you want to, please leave a comment or message me, and then I'll be happy to help. I'll be happy to discuss it in next podcast episodes too, because business, life and everything is a passion of mine. But as I say, if you want to start a business, do it, because there are so many resources out there. Money wise, it's all out there in the world. You just have to find what's right for you, find what fits with your plan and your business, fits where you see where it aligns to, because you just can't think of a big plan and then you just think of overnight success, because it's not going to work. Your mindset has to change. You have to think, this is what I see myself in 5 or 10 years time. I have a good business plan, I have a good product, or I have a brand that I want to create. But you have to start off small before you can make it big. It's just like human life. You're a baby, then you just start growing, and then your adult life, but then you learn as you're growing up. That's how I see it. I always tell people it's like a small little baby, and then gradually when you're growing up, you're learning as you're growing. So that's the same with business. You start off small, but then as you are progressing your brand, you are building it, you are growing it, you learn from other people. They can put intake. You're starting to get more knowledgeable, your brand is getting known, and then you just keep building and building and building. And that's the only good advice, well, not only, but advice that I can really give if you want to start off a business. Don't give up. If you don't see results in 6 months to a year, that is normal. That is totally normal, because many businesses don't see results after 1.5 to 2 years, and then they'll start to see it going and going. But you just have to be consistent. You just have to keep doing it and keep doing it. And as I say, if you need help, there is loads of help out there, loads of marketing now, as in social media. You could get your brand on social media, and that would help you grow too. Social media is a big thing. Social media is your marketing tool. Everyone knows that. There are creators out there that can help you with your business, that help your plan. So like I say, there is unlimited resources, unlimited advice out there that could help you with your career, with your business. That is just non-negotiable, as I say. But if you are planning to even step up your career as well, just have a plan. If you're gonna go and have that meeting with your senior boss, that say that I want to have a salary rise, I want to progress, I want to go up in my career, have a plan, write out what you see yourself, and then maybe if you present that plan to, I don't know, your boss or your senior person that you want to step up the ladder to, they can see that you're serious, that you want to do this, that yes, this person has actually written out what they see themselves in a couple months time. They want to do this, they want to have more responsibility, I can see them doing this, and then you prove to them that you can. So there's so many resources out there that you could just show them that you want to progress in your career, you want to have a successful working life, you're business minded, you think like you own that business, or you think like a business person, like an entrepreneur. You want to see yourself being very successful, and there's no harm in thinking you want to be successful, because that's a good positive mindset to have. But then you always have to start somewhere. You have to have a plan. That's my advice. I can't repeat it enough. You always have to have a plan. Now, business wise, career wise, stepping up the ladder, we're gonna have many more talks on this. I can give so many advice. If you want to hear more, please let me know. But we're gonna end this episode now, because this is just how to start up your business and to career wise, and it's gonna move on to lots of business talks, and then having a business with juggling with kids. Now that's another topic that a lot of people want to hear, as I'm a mum. I have 2 kids, and it is hard work. So that's going to be another topic that we're going to discuss, where it's having a very hectic working life and looking after babies at the same time. And I know many of you could probably relate, whether you're a mum, a dad, a carer, aunt, it's very, as you know, people out there, if you're a parent and you're working or owning a business and looking after kids, it is not easy. It is a full-time job and a half. And then I'll be discussing my experience and my advice, but everyone does it differently when it comes to parenting and working. So I can share what I know, how I done it, and if you want to take on my advice and do what I done, then feel free. But I'm just going to be sharing what I done, and even what I'm doing now. I mean, they're still there, they're my kids, and I'm still working and owning my business and doing even more now, but they're older now, so it is easier. But I would let the topic go on, and how I done it when they were just babies and all these sleepless nights. But thank you for listening to this one, and the next one we will be discussing working life and kids, as many people can relate to or would love to hear that, as I got a lot of comments and saying they want to see how do you start a business with kids, or how do you do this, I've got kids to look after. And I'll be like, I can tell you what I done, but everyone does it differently. But thank you for listening, and subscribe, follow, share my podcast, because I'll love to discuss even more topics, what I done in my working life, in my business, with juggling with parenthood. So let me know what other topics that you'd like me to cover, and I'll be happy to discuss. So thank you for listening, and look out for my next episode. Bye.